Hello there, my crafty friends. It's Ashley Pfeiffer, the maker behind Stampin' AF. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Canada, and I wanted to make a bright and fun autumn-themed card. I don't know how many of us give just an autumn card, but I thought that having a nice sentiment and a cool palette of fall colors would be a nice combination. So there's not a lot that you need. Probably looks a little overwhelming, but you need a few different colors of cardstock and the coordinating ink pads. So this is soft suede, mossy meadow, cinnamon cider, Cajun craze, pumpkin pie, and mango melody. You can substitute any of these colors if you don't have them. I've done some heat embossing with gold embossing powder there, but you don't have to do that either. So I'm using the beautiful autumn stamp set for all of this gorgeousness here. If you can see the different images, we've got pine cones and leaves and acorns and leaves and leaves and wheat. So the reason that I'm sharing this with you, other than it was just so fun coming up with this color palette, was that Creativity Delivered for the month of September is using the beautiful autumn bundle. And this bundle not only includes this gorgeous stamp set, but it also includes these 3 punches. So I will have the link to the registration below. And the deadline to sign up is September 20th. So you do need this stamp set. You don't need the bundle for it, but I would highly recommend the bundle. And then you also need the Tasteful Touches or equivalent. So I used this one here for my gold banner, and then I used this one here, which just does not want to lay flat, for the Very Vanilla tag. So I've already gone ahead and done that. I will set those aside. I have a Very Vanilla card base here and a Very Vanilla mat. We're going to lay everything on here before we mount it to our card base. And let's get to stamping. I am going to speed through this because it's just plain stamping. There's nothing fancy here. But before I do that, I'm just going to grab the ink. So again, you can see soft suede, mossy meadow. We'll actually go in reverse order. We'll go lightest to darkest. So cinnamon cider, Cajun craze, pumpkin pie, and mango melody. And I will tell you the inspiration from this card today. I actually just went to Pinterest. I was really struggling with what I was going to share with you today. And I knew I wanted it to be something autumn themed. You can probably hear a goose honking in the background. It's getting to that time. So I wanted to share something autumn themed, but I just wasn't sure what I wanted to share. So I took to Pinterest, just typed in autumn, found a gorgeous color palette. It was basically a woman's sweater, and it had a few of these colors. So I added a few more and off I went. So like I said, I'm going to speed through this part, but you'll see how I created this. So once you have all of those stamped, you can take the Very Vanilla mat. We're going to turn this over so that we don't get any ink on there. And I would highly recommend dry fitting this so that you get your spacing the way you want it, the way your colors are laid out, all of that. So we can adhere that. If you'd like to have some ribbon going around it, that would be lovely. I just felt like the gold from this banner was going to be enough. Now, I'm going to use the sentiment, "Life is better with you," like I did on my sample. However, on my sample, I did not use my embossing buddy. And my powder was not playing nice. So I've learned that lesson. So I've got some gold embossing powder. Use Versamark. And I do like to use my reverse tweezers. Oh, that's much better this time. Okay, so I am going to tidy up while my heat gun warms up. So the way I chose to mount this is to take a little bit of the foam adhesive sheets, and I could have die cut that same shape, but I am just going to roughly replicate this. And I'm going to take off one little bit, and that is going to be for my banner. So I'm going to angle these cuts just so that we don't see it. You could definitely use dimensionals. You don't have to use the sheets. Now you may be wondering why I haven't gone all the way to the edge. Well, that's because my banner is going to do the rest of the heavy lifting. So I'm going to cut this in half. Should have cut it before I took that off, but... And then I'm going to cut this in about thirds. I don't need the whole thing. And we will use the Stampin' Seal for this as well. You could use liquid glue or whatever adhesive you'd like. And this would look gorgeous with some kind of ribbon wrapped around it, but I want all of that stamping and this color block to be the stars of the show per se. So I'm going to peel the adhesive off of that, and remember I've got that little bit of schmutz there, so I don't want this to cover too much of either of those colors, so I'm going to place it in the middle, and this might even be a little bit longer than I want it to be, but we'll peel that off and just tuck it underneath. And if you want your ends to curl up, then just leave that. Do I have enough room on that side? Okay, and I actually left the inside blank because I think this could really be given for any kind of occasion. So many things. So I hope that you enjoyed that. And if you create one of these for yourself, I would love to see it. You can email me at stampedaf@gmail.com, or you can tag me at stampedaf on Facebook, on Instagram. If this is your first time here, I'm so glad that you found me. Please consider hitting that subscribe button below. And we will see you soon, my crafty friends. Bye.